We tend to think that making decisions is easy, but in fact, it's one of the processes that causes most anxiety to people, especially if it involves important or big changes in their personal or professional life. What is behind that feeling of indecision that causes us to feel stuck or blocked and unable to just make a choice? Understanding what is behind this feeling can help take control over the situation. Stay with me and let's talk about decision making. Number one, fear. Fear prevents you from thinking clearly. Fear also destroys your confidence, which is key when making a decision. One of the biggest mistakes we make in our life is the constant, never-ending search for perfection. Perfectionism is a fear of my own and others' negative evaluation. Hear that again. Perfectionism is a fear of my own and others' negative evaluation. Fear paralyzes you. I have come to the conclusion that deep down, you do know what you want in your life. And when you overcome that feeling of fear, you get the strength and courage to make decisions in your life. From simple things like what to wear to big life-changing decisions like what career you want to pursue and who do you want to spend your life with. Number two, the what if. What if this person is better than me? What if I fail? What if I'm wrong? What if I'm not good enough? What if I can't find another person who will value my worth? And this brings me back to the need to be perfect. Making choices in your life implies that you must take a risk and also take responsibility for the consequences of that risk, either good or bad. But sometimes we are not ready or willing to take a chance on ourselves. This need for approval is a big reason why at times it is so hard for us to make a choice. What we need to understand is we don't need to be liked by everyone. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes and we learn from these mistakes. We need to ask ourselves when making a decision, will it be so terrible if I'm wrong? What is the worst thing that can happen if I make a mistake? Number three is lack of skills. Listen, you can have a great level of self-esteem, but it is crucial to prepare ourselves, to work on ourselves, and to learn in order to become a better version of who we already are. There is a truth to the saying, no pain, no gain. Number four, low self-esteem. Listen, if you don't believe in your capacity of making a choice or your capacity to perform a certain task in your life, you will either not do it or you will do it, but you will severely impact the consequences or outcome because you really truly don't believe in yourself. You will behave in such a way that causes you to fail because of that same thought. And number five is the black or white thinking. At times, we tend to think that our opinions will lead us to a path with a specific consequence. But the reality of life is very different. We might choose option A thinking we're going to get a certain outcome and not choose option B because in our mind it won't give us our desired consequence. But in real life, these two options might cross paths and lead us to an option C. So how do we overcome these feelings of indecision? I will break it down into two different sections. Step one is reflect. What does this mean? This means that you need to relax. Making a decision can cause stress. So the first thing you need to do is relax. Give it a minute. Give yourself a minute to wind down and take your mind off of this issue. Listen, the truth is there will never be a perfect solution. So work on taking off your mind of this idea of perfectionism. When you take this huge pressure off, you find it easier to make choices and also take risks that you might have not taken before. Remember, your life is not a black and white book. It is full of different shades of gray. The world is not going to end by deciding on option B versus option A. So be open to new options that will come up in the process. And step 2 is take action. Reflect on all possible options. Then think of all possible pros and cons of each one of these options. This step is very important because the idea here is not to be impulsive or take irrational decisions in your life. You must be able to accept responsibilities for the consequences that might come from making certain decisions in your life. After you think about these options, you put it into action. And don't be a victim of this pressure we sometimes feel to have to make the right choice right now. If this choice works out, then great, continue with it. If it didn't work out as you expected, then make another choice from the array of options that you previously had. And last but not least, feel proud about yourself for making a choice. Give yourself credit, not only because you displayed courage and assertiveness, but also because you learned a valuable lesson. When you make a choice, either if it works out or not, life goes on. Remember, what really counts is your courage to make these decisions, to try and to show yourself to the world. My name is Vanessa Bolette, and I help people become the best version of themselves. Have a great day.